Hey guys, what's going on? This is Xbox One Battlefield Hardline gameplay, and today I'll be using the SG510. This is for the police, and it is a beautiful weapon. Very, very easy to use, and it's part of the criminal activity download, so that DLC that just recently came out. Now, you guys are going to see me up in the left-hand corner. This was used on Twitch. I record all the time. You guys can check me out at Witterfish on Twitch. So I'll go ahead and link that down below. And this weapon overall is beautiful. Now, the SG510 was actually created by Switzerland, and it's a form of the Sternberger. If you guys are German at all, I don't know if you are. And it was the version of the Sternberger 44. Now, you guys can see this coming back to World War II video games. It is a variant of the MP44. It carries a much larger round, however. It's a 7.62 round. Now, this is the Sternberger 57. Its production was stopped in 1983, but it is an incredibly reliable weapon. They do use 7.62 rounds, so it is a larger round. So this weapon is going to go with the Enforcer class. All those 7.62 rounds, anything that's going to do above 40 damage, always going to go to the Enforcer class. So, of course, Enforcer class got a huge buff this time around with the criminal activity, which I am very happy about because I like the Enforcer class. I think it's a great class to use. You can always give ammo to yourself. Very easy to resupply. You don't have to worry about anybody else running around you. And all you have to do is kind of take a side step back to get yourself healed up. So, ammo taken care of. Take a step back from the battle, let that ammo take care of you, and you're good to go. You can get back into the fight as soon as your health comes back up to 100%. And I love this gun. As you can see, it's extremely accurate. Now, a lot of the time, what I'm going to end up doing is that I'm going to go put the weapon onto single fire. I do the exact same thing with the FAL. I've done it with the Scar H. I did it with the H-Car. This weapon is an extremely good battle rifle. Swap it over to its single fire. It'll help you get kills further out at range. And then whenever you get into those closer range combats, or if you're in a scenario like this where you're inside of a building, swap it over to fully automatic. That way you can clear corners, make sure everything is good to go. This weapon has some disadvantages to it, but we'll go ahead and talk about that as we get into Simfic.com here. So, its max damage is 43. Easy. You can kill someone very, very quickly. And now that they have the armor-piercing rounds with the Enforcer class, you don't have to worry about any of those stupid mechanics running around and ruining your day because they're wearing some armor. It punches right through it. Makes it cut through that butter. So, its main damage is going to be 25, which means it's still 4 shots kill at range. Very easy. So, its drop-off start is going to be 20 meters. Its drop-off end is 50 meters. It's a little bit less than the FAL, but it's to be expected of the usual Enforcer class weapons. The fire rate on this is 600 rounds per minute. Slower, but it's not that bad. It's not too slow where you're going to get killed immediately. Kind of like whenever you're using the H-Car. But it is very, very accurate, which is going to make up for it. So its recoil is very, very low. The muzzle velocity is 410. The bullet drop is 50 meters per second. And its mag size is a little larger than the FAL's at 25. Its projectile, of course, in the game is 7.62, which is what's going to give you that larger damage because it's going to punch through everything. It's going to be great. You're going to love it. Its reload is 2.4 seconds, about 0.1 seconds faster than your Scar and your FAL. Its reload with one chamber is going to be 1.9, and you're almost never going to run out of ammo, or at least if you're like me, if you're kind of sitting a little bit back with this weapon, which is kind of what you need to do. You don't want to run up on your enemies too far. Just sit back, let your gun do the work for you, rather than trying to push up onto somebody and get into a really close gun battle, because you're going to get beaten out by the mechanics. Some of the assault class weapons are faster firing than what you have, so try and push it to your advantage. Try and sit back, see if you can pull them to you, because you'll have the upper advantage every single time because of that higher max damage and that min damage being higher out at range. Now, that 1.9, blazing fast. As you can see, I'm reloading almost every time I fire out a couple of rounds of my enemies. It just makes it easier for me. Now, the other thing that's going to make this weapon amazing, and the reason why its firing rate is so low, is the recoil pattern. Recoil up is 0.9. Its recoil left is 0.15. Its recoil right is 0.25. So it's going to pull up and to the right, just slightly. Not too bad. Its first shot multiplier is only 1.1. You don't get... That's incredible. It's almost unbeatable by every other weapon. If you slap a stubby grip on this, you're going to be so accurate, it's unbelievable. So that's exactly what I use. On my weapon attachments, I generally use the hollow sight or I use the Cobra sight. I also like to use the stubby grip. the heavy barrel, and now the AP rounds, because the armor piercing rounds are going to help you cut through those mechanics very, very, very easily. So it's definitely a very, very good gun. So accurate, so easy to use, and that pull up to the right is hardly there. Now, if you get into a panic attack and you start squeezing that trigger off, of course you're going to die. So slow down. Take it easy. No problem at all. You guys also saw me equip. I always run Desert Eagle as my secondary for my Enforcer class. It'd be kind of dumb not to. So the second that you guys unlock that, try and get it. It's very, very good. And then also, I always either have the shield on me or I have breaching charges if I'm playing something like Hotwire. Now, majority of the time, I stick to things like Team Deathmatch. It's just very easy for me to level up weapons, very easy to get kills, kind of like push through it and everything. I've heard that Bounty Hunter is very good. I haven't had the opportunity to play it yet, but I will as I get further down the line here. So the SG510, beautiful gun, used by the cops. It's going to be one of those guns that you definitely want to fall back to if you're the enforcer and your team is getting crushed. Try it out. See what you think. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys want to see in the future. If you want to keep seeing Battlefield Hardline or Battlefield 4, I would be glad to do so. You guys can also catch me on Twitch. Again, that'll be down in the section below. You guys can go ahead and check that out. Please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have been amazing, and I'll see you all later. Peace.
$44.10, baby. $44.10.